No, I've never driven this one. As I said, I always wanted one.
Yeah.
The original Galway.
And
This
first
is
feeling?
it's beautiful. It's very loud. The engine, you know, you hear the engine right in front of you. It's quite heavy on the front.
So do you like old timers?
I love classic cars. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just hard to think, you know, back in the day for this car, you know, it was only wealthy people had this kind of car, you know. Like my family could only have ever dreamed. They probably never even saw something like this.
Yeah.
Even like the old Formula 1, the racing cars, like the 196, for example. They're like, would you prefer to race back in that time? And I'm like, that's in the 50s. Like, I don't think there was any chance of people of my family's culture coming to race.
Yeah, that's true. Do you remember the first car you were sitting in? Normal car?
Yeah, it's my dad's car. My dad had a Vauxhall Cavalier.
Okay.
So that was the car that I watched him in the back. When I was in the back seat, I would always watch him driving and shifting gears, and that's how I learned how to do it.
Oh, okay.
I'm a visual person, so I can often watch something and then do it. You know?
And the first car you had?
It was a Mini.
A Mini.
Yeah.
Why that?
I'd saved up to buy a really, really old car, like not really, really old car. It was like probably like a 10-year-old car or something like that. I was gonna get a Vauxhall Corsa. It was like something like maybe £2,000-3,000 or something like that. I think it was not very expensive, something like that.
Yeah.
And then my dad surprised me with a Mini. He wanted me to be safe, so it was very, very cool.
And the first Mercedes you had?
First Mercedes I had was a C Coupe, C180 Coupe. It was very, very cool. It was amazing, you know. I was 19 years old and Mercedes sponsored me with a cool car. I'm like, this is the coolest thing ever.
And today, your favorite Mercedes? Apart from your Silver Arrow?
My favorite Mercedes would be probably a 1958 E-Coupe? E-Class, I think it is. 180 E-Class or something like that, I think it is. Beautiful cars. This is one of them as well. The Goldwing looks so good. I wouldn't have had it in this color.
Not in this color?
I wouldn't have had it in this color. Blue is not my color.
Okay, which color is yours?
If I had this, I would have had it in. I would have had like I imagine this in like a beautiful red with the cream interior or something like that back in the day with a soft top.
Yeah.
In California kind of thing.
What makes you such a perfect racing driver now when we're driving here?
Well,
I mean, you're the best.
No one's a perfect racing driver.
Even not you?
Nobody's perfect. It's the imperfections that make us great. It's not the perfection that makes you great, you know? It's the imperfections, I personally feel, that make us unique and make us different and what separate us. I think, I mean, I have flaws. Look at my last race, you know? I've done thousands of starts and I didn't get a good start again, but I made up for it, you know? I guess for me, it's just I never give up. I keep believing, even if it looks impossible. When the cars are, when the Ferraris are pulling away from you, and you're like, I'm helpless here. I'm going backwards. I still have this hope within my. I still have this hope that I can keep holding on. It might change, and it does. Sometimes it does, like in the last race.
Yeah.
So. And I just love racing. I love wheel-to-wheel racing. You know, it's cool when you get. It's not too often you get to race wheel-to-wheel with a Ferrari. You know, it's so cool.
And how do you manage not to spin? Because the other one obviously doesn't manage when he's fighting against you.
not easy. It's I don't know. It's just I can't really explain that. Because it could happen any day. Could happen any day.
And on a fast qualifying lap, where do you find this special extra, this millisecond?
I think it's you're in a when you do a qualifying lap, you're in it's like a very unique realm where you're in this different zone, and you're basically leaning on the edge of a limitation. And I am trying to figure out how you could really kind of explain it, but imagine you had a balloon and the balloon was at its maximum capacity before it's about to pop.
Yeah.
And you're inside imagine you're inside the balloon and you're pushing the limits, and it's gonna pop, but you just manage to stretch it just that little bit more. That's where I'm able to try to often make the difference. And you just take that little bit more risk, and it doesn't always pay off, but that's the exciting part, you know. Like I'll try it next time.
Yeah. And on a normal road, how are you driving there?
How many on the road? What?
On the normal road, how are you driving there?
I drive like this.
Like this.
I like going slow.
Relaxed.
Yeah, I don't like going. I don't honestly drive a lot. I would say I'm a bit odd. I'm an odd racing driver, I think, because every racing driver that I know likes practice, likes testing, likes simulator, likes. I'm more of a. I don't know why. I like competing, but I don't like driving on the road very often. I avoid it if I can.
So you are even a good co-driver if you don't like to.
Yeah,
drive.
I sleep. I've slept. I can sleep in any car. There was one time I had to. I'm gonna leave this guy now. It's going too slow. There was this one time I had a taxi taking me to the airport when I was like 16, 17. I think I was going to race in. Well, maybe I was younger than that. Maybe 15 or something. I was going to Italy to race, and the taxi driver he'd been working all the previous day and all night. Clearly, he didn't go to bed.
Yeah.
So he was falling asleep and at the wheel and steering to the left. I was like, oh my god.
Oh God.
I was like, dude, let me drive. He's like, no, it's okay. And then he fell back. He was falling back to sleep. I was like, no, seriously, let me drive. I want to get there. I want to live. That's the only time I've ever been uncomfortable.
Oh my God.
In the car. I couldn't sleep that time.
Yeah. And electromobility. Are you a fan of that? I saw you with
the new car. I've just probably in the next few days I'm going to order the new EQC because now it's available to order. So I'm going to spec one in my kind of the way I like it, and I'm blown away by how cool that car is. And even like the Formula E car is really looking cooler every year. And I'm watching, I get to watch the races, and it's really cool. It's fascinating to see where the future of motor racing is going,
And also the future of normal cars.
And the future of normal cars. I think, what I love about these old classics is you've got that smell, which you don't get. Like when you go to a go-karting circuit, well, when I was racing at least, you had that amazing smell from the exhaust and on your racing suit. You never get, even in the Formula 1 car, you don't even get that smell anymore.
That's true.
I miss it. That's what I used to love when I was go-karting. It's that smell. You come away from the weekend dirty, smelling of oil and rubber, and once you get to Formula 1, you don't ever get to smell that. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Everything's so clean.
That's true. So without fun, or can you still have fun in a car?
In what?
In an electromobility car.
I think you can still have fun. I'm a little bit more old school, so I struggle to see how you can never fully. I'm pretty sure as we go in that direction through life, you're going to lose the essence of what motor racing and cars are all about, Yeah. But to the new generation of kids, that will be okay.
Yeah.
But because I'm born in the 80s, I'm never gonna lose this. It's never gonna go away. That smell that I love, that feeling. But for the new generation, they won't know any different. In 30, 20 years' time, they won't have known the oily smell. But I wonder if you can still have the same passion. Like the sounds of these cars that used to watch on TV. The freaking watching Schumacher drive by in the V10 with the 21,000 RPM. That caught me on my first day in Belgium, Spa, in 1996.
Okay.
I remember that day like it was yesterday.
You won then, yeah.
Oh God, it was so cool. That was one of the coolest moments of my life. If that was electric racing, I wouldn't have heard it. You would have heard some coming by.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have. There's no way you could get that. The emotion is in the sound, I think.
Yeah.